All right, things are heating up here, guys, which is what I love. This is the best part of recruiting. So crazy, crazy news. This is why you need to do it and not feel bad. And I told her it's your right. You should go for it. All right, guys, this is a new makeshift office. As you can see, nothing going on here. Absolutely nothing. But at least I got my table back. It made it. Got my matcha tea, fired me up. Got internet and got my computer. That's all that matters. But nothing's here, completely bare. Good morning and welcome back to another raw week. Day in the life of what I do as a recruiter. As you can see, everything here looks completely different. It's because we finally moved to the West Coast, drove cross country from Maryland all the way out here to the sunny West Coast, getting situated in our house, feeling very blessed and stressed at the same time, trying to figure everything out and try to still push our work and desk and business forward. But it's also an exciting Friday because despite everything, a lot of stuff's happening with the community, a lot of stuff's happening with potential deals and offers. Just thought I'd kind of take you along for the ride and see what's going on. So let's get started. I'm gonna talk to my teammate in a bit. And if you're new here, welcome. I run my own agency, been a professional recruiter for almost a decade. If you're looking to hire your next dream talent or you're looking for your next dream job, feel free to reach out to me. We'd love to help you out in any way that we can. So see you in a bit. All right, just had a really good stand-up call with my team, and now I am looking at my desk to see how we can end the week off strong and what sort of deals, immediate fires that we need to think about before the weekend. I'm also just checking to see the status of our private community and groups. As of right now, we have a little over 38 individual roles. A lot of them are hiring multiple. So if you were to factor those in, we have well over 60 plus roles for our community right now, which is crazy. Coming into today, we have a possible offer, the senior software engineer here with one of our long-standing clients. This woman been crushing every single round. We initially submitted her for about 150, and then we just learned that she just had a chat with one of the hiring managers yesterday who asked her to get on the phone call. They talked about comp again. Our candidate changed her tune to 175, which kind of shocked our client a little bit and us. When asked like what the reasoning was, that she's like, hey, like I'm a reload candidate and I want to buy a house. I want to maintain my quality of life. And initially I thought 150 was going to be fine, but now after like thinking about it seriously and doing all the number crunching, 170, 175 makes the most sense, which is a completely valid explanation. Obviously my client probably would have hoped to learn that sooner. They said an offer should have come out yesterday. It didn't. So I hope that didn't scare my client. And in fact, they're just kind of waiting for approval on their end. So I'm waiting on that right now. We also have another possible offer with one of our therapist roles. So like it's the first time we're doing therapy. And if you guys have questions about our community, we have members sharing the roles. We are bringing in roles and we're targeting a lot of industries beyond tech as well with fantastic clients that we can really do fantastic placements with. So we actually did a therapist role last week, doing another one this week. We have positions in fintech, legal, healthcare, software engineering, and going to keep on going to make sure there's an awesome variety of roles that we can all work on and remain to be busy. So with this role specifically, the salary is still able to come to 140. The offer came out earlier this week about 125, which blew our can's expectations. The reason why this is not closed yet is because our can's also in process with another company, and she asked to kind of wait till today, which is Friday, to see if the other company can accelerate her candidacy, can match it, or if they don't, maybe she'll go to our client. Now, the great thing here is that we did a really great process call with her, and we learned that she ranks our client number one, which is fantastic. Now, I would have hoped that she would have closed by now, but now we have to play the nail-biting waiting game. Typically in the final offer stages, the longer you have to wait, the more questions, more red flags arise. And so I'm just hoping that it's really as simple as she's just waiting to see what this other company does. And then we can, of course, start the closing process here. So feeling pretty good with two possible offers. If we close both, that'd be phenomenal. If we close zero, I would literally cry and be very, very sad. But hey, that's the life of recruiting and business. Things happen. You just have to adapt as much as possible. So I got a bunch of candidate calls today. A
couple fantastic meetings, gonna keep you in the loop with what's going on, and we'll see where the wind blows.
Did you just start your own recruitment agency and are struggling getting your own clients? Are you thinking about starting your own agency but afraid to make the jump? Do you have your own clients but you're struggling to find the perfect candidates fast? Do you have a full-time job and wanted to recruitment part-time to make more money on the side and have no idea how to? If you answered yes to any of these questions, please consider joining our private community. It is a trust-based community where recruiters around the world can support, collaborate, and work together on placements all around the year consistently. In this community, you will directly have access to the real open jobs of my team and of our members, and you will also have the chance to access trainings, events, giveaways, and much, much more. If you are part of this community, I communicate and work with you as if you were on my own team, and I'll do whatever I can to do a placement together with your client or candidate. So if you're struggling to get your own clients or candidates and you want a way you can make sure you can be busy all year round by having access to many more open roles, then this is something you need to look into. This is open to people around the world and is open for recruiters in every industry and experience levels, as we will always have a good number of variety of open jobs across sectors, markets, and industries. I'm really happy to say that within the first 30 days, we have already have a new member with minimal recruiting experience do his first placement that had a total fee of almost $30,000 US, and we are working hard to do many, many more this year. If you are interested and excited, there are only a limited number of spots open, so make sure you sign up quick at patreon.com/recruiterpreston. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Discord. We can set up a time to chat. See you on the other side.
The coolest thing about our community is that members are also able and encouraged to share their roles that me and my team would love to work, or our other members would love to work. And one of our members was able to share 2 roles, one role that's valid in green right now. We're still waiting on details for the second one, with a really cool startup, right? And the crazy thing is this founder is a billionaire. He's building a really cool consumer-facing app in the financial sector, and we're working a product designer role. He was also able to share kind of a senior DevOps role, which is an opportunity at one of the top military branches in the country. So, the fact that we're creating this network, an opportunity where you not only have the chance to work on my roles, but we have also the chance to work on roles of other recruiters in really cool sectors and spaces is just awesome. And the fact that we're now a little over 2 months in our community, the fact that we had 3 placements already, successful placements, add another 4 to 5 offers that unfortunately didn't work out from people not from me or my team, that some of them are experienced and some of them have just started. And the fact that, real people are seeing real results, making real money is just phenomenal. And everyone who joins, I look and treat you as if you're on my own team. I talk to my team, do stand-ups, and then I'm just active on Slack and on Discord with my members all day, every day. Any questions they have, I'm gonna do my best to answer. And our job is to continue to be transparent, be visible, provide real-time updates, so that if you are putting in the effort and finding great candidates, right, that we will do whatever we can to make sure you can find success. If you've been following for a while, authenticity, transparency, and visibility is a really big ethos and pillar that I hold myself by as a person in business, on social, and now the community. And it's definitely something we take very, very seriously with anyone that we work with as well, but specifically for our private members. So really, really excited to kind of tack on and add these new roles to the community. I love product design roles. I love tech, and would love to kind of pick up more tech, really fantastic tech clients and roles as they come in. Talking to more cans, and we'll talk to you in a bit. And this West Coast blue sky and sun, pretty amazing. And you can see mountains in the distance right over there. Far cry from Maryland, but happy to be here. Just inspiring and motivating to see such a view. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about this software engineering role. So this software engineering role is my client, but the candidate ends up being from one of our members. And as you enter and join our community, you have access to me, but as you submit candidates and they start process, then you and I will be working a lot more closely together. And that's exactly what's happening. And then once the candidate progresses to a final round, then I'll be almost talking to the private member almost on a daily or every other day basis, whether it's call, text, and emailing, doing whatever we can to make sure that everything's on track and we can close. And so there's a lot happening right now. This candidate is also interviewing with another company, although she ranks our client number 1. She did ask for a higher salary, and we are just kind of waiting for the client on what they want to do in terms of the offer, if an offer is going to come out. Now, an offer was supposed to come out based on their conversation yesterday. It didn't. It's Friday. Still nothing. It's about 9 o'clock Pacific time, about noon Eastern. So we still have several hours until maybe we really have to start worrying what's going on. Me and the private member, we're just texting every single several hours or so just to kind of keep each other updated, whether the candidate heard, whether we heard. And that's the cool cool thing about the community, right? Because you can be a solo recruiter, you can have a small team, or you can be, a part-timer, but by joining our community, you feel like you're really on a team. And so even though this private member is technically not an official employee on my team, by being part of the community, we still feel like we're on the same team together with a common goal, which is to get this candidate closed. And it's just an amazing way to make sure you don't feel alone, right? And you have other people, you have camaraderie, you have that team aspect that you don't have if you're just kind of a solo recruiter or just running, a small team with 1 or 2 people. And so it's the camaraderie, it's this personal kind of relationship experience that I love. I love my team, but I also love working with other entrepreneurs, people who are betting against themselves, people who are starting their recruiting career and they're a little bit nervous about not having their own clients, or they have a client they can't fill, or they have a client that's just not great and they're stressing out about not having enough jobs. Our community is a plug and play where you can have access to me and my team, and over 60 open roles right now, where you can focus less on the clients, more on candidates, placements, and just making overall money. And so just kind of an extension to that, the coolest thing is to be able to work with private members one-on-one, doing whatever we can, thinking outside the box, being creative to make sure we can get this placement as soon as possible. So we submitted her for 140. If she gets an offer for 170, 175, that's awesome. It's a bigger commission. We'll not complain with that. Happy to split that with our member to keep it going. And the goal is to be able to do this more often at scale, consistently with everyone in the group as much as possible. And so hoping to hear back from them soon, and we'll see what happens. One of the things I want to quickly address is people ask me, so like, what advice can you give me to help me accelerate my success in recruiting? And I think my advice is not just applicable in recruiting, but applicable for just anything, careers, other types of businesses, etc. I think the biggest thing is you want to work fast, right? So in recruiting, speed is everything. We're competing against other TA teams, other recruitment teams, job boards. It's really important that when you pick up the client, that's where the hard work starts, and you have to move fast. It doesn't matter if you find a candidate 3 weeks from now, that's perfect. If you can find that perfect candidate the same day or maybe tomorrow, that's even more ideal. The faster we find candidates, the faster we can submit candidates, the faster we can submit candidates, the faster they interview, higher the chance that we get placements. Another thing is consistency. You have to be consistent every single day. It doesn't matter if you move fast on Monday and you slack off the rest of the day. You have to be consistent, and it doesn't matter how big or how slow the pipeline is. Candidates can get rejected very, very quickly. And then if you are not consistent and all of your candidates get rejected, there's no pipeline. Another recruiter or an internal TA team can send their own candidate, position closed, you just lost that deal. So it's really, really important for you to be consistent, to build that pipeline across multiple jobs, across multiple clients, so you can really hedge if a client's going slow. You can focus on others that are going much faster, but most importantly, that you're just not operating like a lottery mindset, shooting a candidate here, shooting a candidate there, shooting a candidate here. You want to be able to build several great candidates here in one job and do the same thing with other jobs. And that's only possible with consistency, showing up every day and putting in that work. The last thing I would say is just being really emotional. I think you have to be able to turn off the emotions in business and in recruiting. We're working with humans. Clients can shut you off. They can be fickle. Candidates can ghost. Things can happen, right? But this is not just in recruiting, it's with any business. So you have to be prepared for when things don't go your way, when things go your way, and you can capitalize, or when things are unpredictable and just chaotic. And you can't, as much as I love to enjoy the journey, I don't like to go all out with the tops and bottoms of emotions. You just have to be able to grit your teeth and stay stoic and unemotional and put in that work every single day. Whatever happens, adapt as much as possible. If your candidate gets rejected, fine, let them know, keep working, send more candidates. If your candidate gets accepted, awesome, celebrate, enjoy that moment, do that placements, get those funds, but then keep going, get more clients, get more candidates, and just keep on consistent and just stable as much as possible instead of just being like a roller coaster ride with your emotions. So I hope that this helps, but I think like from networking, talking to other founders and other sectors, a lot of these things are easily transferable to other businesses, other lines of work, specifically in staffing, working for yourself. These things are a super, super must. So hope you're able to kind of find some value there, and we'll keep it going. Hello. Still no update. Even though there's always something to do in recruiting, one of the worst things is just waiting. So now I'm waiting. No updates for the therapist deal, no updates for the senior software engineer. I'm gonna go ahead and follow up with them by just taking a quick walk around the nearby neighborhoods, getting some sun. It's still super cold, but definitely beats the East Coast winter. Hoping to end this day with some good news here, but nothing yet. Sourced, talked to really great candidates, had some good meetings, but I want to end the week with some deals. Let's see what happens. Look at these mountains. Unreal. Haven't seen anything like this, especially on the East Coast. For those that are thinking about starting their own recruitment agency, or you just started, or you're also entrepreneurial, but you're not happy where your business is, well, guess what? It's a tough market for everyone, and not just recruiting operators. And so it is our job as founders, as owners, to pivot, make decisions, take risks, to position, capitalize on opportunities as much as possible, regardless of whether the market is hot or whether it's struggling. It's been quite the first quarter so far, but really, really happy to see a good amount of momentum. Also had a lot of life changes. As you can see, I'm no longer in Maryland. I made the move here to the West Coast and just been here for about a week and a half, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So gonna keep it up, but my advice to all entrepreneurs and business owners and freelancers and solo recruiters is pivot, have an open mind, don't be stubborn, and don't just stay within your niche. If your niche is not doing well, think outside the bounds, look at other opportunities, and obviously when things stabilize and bounce back, you can capitalize on your market as well. Doing the best to push, to hang in there, to keep the momentum going, keep the placements going. We have the handful of placements with the members already, with the team as well. It's been a fantastic Q1 so far. Let's see how we end this brand new month here. Let's see how we ended today. All right, we got some news here. So my recruiting partner who has this candidate that we're waiting for an offer with, we just heard that my client reached out to them, asked them if they can speak at 3, which is 8 minutes from now. I'm hoping if everything is good, that could mean a verbal offer. I don't know why they need to have another conversation, because they spoke yesterday and they told my candidate that they wanted to move forward. So I hope this is not a rejection, it's more of a verbal. Still no word on our therapist candidate. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, working with the members, working with our team, sourcing, qualifying, doing just a ton of stuff right now, and things are going really, really well on Friday. So keep you updated. Whoa. Guess what? We got an official offer. Bands. Let's go. But little issue though. We submitted for 150, but then she was doing a lot of calculations, and then she had a chat with the internal recruiter, and she told them that she now wants 175. They just had a chat together, and then they offered her 150 or something. What is happening? I'm flabbergasted, because we worked with this client before, and they usually come close, if not hit the asking. So I'm not sure why, even after the candidate gave sound reasoning, the client is still like going by the first submission, which is questionable. Kind of raising some questions here. I don't really know what to think of it. So I just got off a 3-way call with our recruiting partner and the candidate, just to basically see what she wants to do. She's really, really happy 150, but I think she also said that she wants to negotiate. And she's like, hey, even though I asked for 175, I really want to see if they can maybe come up to 160, 165. And I kind of feel bad asking. And I kind of stopped right there. And this is really, really good to know that when you are interviewing and you get an offer, you should never, ever feel bad. And you should tell your candidates never to feel bad when it comes to negotiating, because it is their right. It is a standard part of the interview process when an offer comes out. You can bypass it. You can just accept the offer on the spot if you want. But if you are accepting something and then later on you're kicking yourself like, oh my goodness, I wish I was able to ask for this. This is why negotiations exist. This is why negotiation stages after an offer comes out exist. And this is why you need to do it and not feel bad. And I told her it's your right. You should go for it. As long as you have a sound and reasonable ask backed by sound data and logic, then shoot your shot. Go for it. It's not like you're looking for $1 million a year here. You're basically looking for, something reasonable, just a 10, 15K bump on the salary. So she agreed. She feels really good. She's going to email them and then hoping to see how that plays out. But we got an offer today. The first one came out not at 175, but at 150. So that's one offer that's pending negotiations now. Still haven't heard back from the second one. So we'll see if we hear back. So it's only 1:30 here. Still got a full half day left to go, but really happy that we're able to do something and make something happen here. So let's keep it up, fingers crossed, and we'll go from there. All right, things are heating up here, guys, which is what I love. This is the best part of recruiting. So I just got a text from my candidate who forwarded me an excerpt of the email that she sent to the client, and she's now asking for at least 165, or if they can come up close to that, citing 401k contributions, which are a little bit less at this client than her current company, relocation costs, and everything else that kind of consists of her physically moving her family to the city near my client. So I think that's pretty valid in terms of the reason. She kept it nice and short, and she also gave them a carrot saying, hey, if you're able to do this, we can make a decision today. Shut everything down today, which is perfect. So now we're in this situation where we just have to wait and see what happens. It's 1:46, almost 2 p.m. here on a Friday. Still have at least 3-4 more hours of the business day here on Pacific, but it's actually, it's 4:46 Eastern, and my client works Eastern. So almost end of the business day. So we'll see. We'll see if they can kind of turn it around fast and we need an answer to celebrate. I just pinged the other client about the therapist candidate to see if they've heard back. I pinged my team to see if he heard back. Let's go, let's go. Can we do 2 today? That would be insane. I'm gonna have to go out and celebrate, but we'll see what happens. Guys, crazy news. So it's past the workday here, and just got a call from my teammate, and we heard back from our therapist candidate that she is happy to let us know that she signed the offer. Let's go. And I also pinged the client. I haven't heard back, but the candidate responded back to us and said that she was happy to accept the offer. She signed it. She let the other company know she's going to shut down everything else. And that is 2 offers. It's the best thing that could have happened today. The recruiting gods have been very nice to me. Lucky, because you never know how things play out. Like, things can go your way as much as possible, and then during like an offer, things just fall apart. And I'm just so happy and proud of my team, grateful to the universe that this went our way. And doing 1 deal on a Friday would have been great, but now doing 2 deals. The first one, we still haven't heard back from our negotiations, but man, this has been just a fantastic way to end just another week. Feeling really great. We got a lot of good momentum coming in next week. And these 2 deals, one was from my own team member and the other one was from our own private member in the community, which honestly has amazing rock stars right now. And I couldn't imagine working with a better group of people who move fast, talented, sending amazing candidates. It's just going to be an awesome year where we can just crush and do placements together consistently and celebrate every milestone together. That's what it's all about. You know, I'm one person sharing my journey, and I want to be very trusting and create relationships. And I think, you know, businesses can also do well if we trust and collaborate rather than just hyper compete, operate with authenticity and transparency and speed. And that's what I've been doing from day one. That's what I've been doing ever since I decided to share my journey. And that's what I still do now. And everything I put out there is what we are practicing today. And it's just been an amazing year so far, where deals are just happening our way, and not going to take it for granted. I also know that we can have deals next week that we can lose, right? But this is a huge win for me, for my team, for the community. Definitely going to celebrate over the weekend. Still going to wait to see how this day plays out with the counter offer. If we have any updates, might go out, get some dinner, check out some sites here, and enjoy the evening. So feeling pumped. The second therapist role that we've done, you know, we obviously do our best to stay within our primary roles, but always making sure that we have just allocation of time available to pursue other really great positions just like this, where we can basically take advantage of really great opportunities with new companies we otherwise wouldn't have worked with and just make it happen again. Amazing week, amazing day. Let's see where we end up. But man, 2 offers, 1 signed, 1 still pending. Let's see what happens there. And any other good news, I'll keep you updated. All right, crazy news. So it is almost about 4 o'clock here, about 7 o'clock on Eastern time. And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for news about what our client is going to do with our candidate. And we were just able to hear back just when I'm about to kind of sign off and clock out that the client came back to my candidate. They were able to counter her counter, which is amazing. So it started with 150. She asked for 175. Offer came out at 150. She was like, you know what? Can you at least give me like 160, 165 because the 401k, reload and all that. I honestly didn't think that they would be able to come up a little bit, but they were able to do it. They came back with 159, about 160,000. And that honestly was enough for my candidate to literally let us know she's going to sign on the spot, confirm start date, cancel all the interview activity. Let's go. 2 out of 2. Might have to go out and celebrate, but this is with another brand new member in our group. What we're doing is real. I'm not here to waste people's times. We are making real money with real people I've never even met, people who are going to become partners and good friends of mine into the future. There's no better way to end a week off with results. All I go is by results, not by words, actions and results and execution. That's all we do over and over and over again. And me and this recruiter in our private member group worked this perfectly. We were able to put our heads together and collaborate on how to handle this negotiations in the final stages. And it just worked out to a T. Very nerve-wracking as always, but I'm really happy for the client to at least come back and come up a little bit more for the candidate to be able to shut this down. So excited for the candidate, excited for our recruiter, excited for our private membership, for more deals to come. That, ladies and gentlemen, is 2 deals in real time on a Friday. Had no idea how this is gonna play out, but it is what it is. And it fell into our favor today. Gonna enjoy it, gonna embrace it, not take it for granted. Might have to go out and celebrate, get some good food, and do it all over again next week. So we'll see you in a bit.